I really like the concept of sampling as it pertains to music, as well as it pertains to tweaking your leadership and how you teach leadership to students. Sampling is basically what a producer would do is they would take like an old record, like maybe an Otis Redding record. They may find a specific point that really spoke to them. They might chop it up or just use that specific sample and then apply it onto a beat and completely change everything else, but have that little piece incorporated in it that could possibly change the whole flavor of the song, but still keep that root of the original work. You do have some that say that those producers that sample, it's kind of cheating because they may not know how to play the instruments, they may not understand the musicianship that goes within the hard work and dedication of learning how to read, write, and play music. But coming from someone who's grown up playing the saxophone, alto, tenor, baritone, jazz band, symphonic, all of that, I know it's difficult to learn musical theory and how to write it and compose music. I also know it's extremely difficult to hear a Beethoven sound, speed the tempo up to 180 beats per minute, throw on an 808 bass line, and try to get someone to rap on top of it and make it not sound like it's from his era. So I think it takes skill. It may be a different skill, but it's equally important. And I tie that into how we teach just as a whole. You have some professors that go off of this is the way it's been taught. This is the basics. This is what it is. This is how you learn it. And a lot of times, especially in college settings, you can find that the students may grasp it because they're getting a grade, but they may not know how to apply it because they're not interested in it. So as a professor, I hope to one day take these things that I'm trying to teach my students, learn the roots, the basics, the why, and then remixing it or sampling it for them to be able to apply it to their life, spark their interest and encourage them to actually understand that what you're being taught educationally is important. And though it may have been researched in 1928, what was taught then can still apply today and can still be important and can still make an impact. An example of how I would sample leadership would be the clusters of world cultures and cultural leadership theory. And it basically divvies it up into different clusters according to locations and demographics across the globe. So you have cultures of Confucian Asia, Southern Asia, Latin American, Middle East, and with each of these identifiers, culturally they have differences. I would take that and say, okay, let's look at just America. Like if you come into a classroom of 120 students, let's look at the culture. We all we're not a melting pot, we're a fruit salad. We all have our own culture within America and our own story. It would take the global concept, tweak it, or sample it, and then try and remix it to make it work for the demographic that I hope to apply that theory to.